Did you help him also get to legend? Is he legend now?
So me and Enzo were the first Legend 5s in the world. He was the second one. I was the first. And then he ended up flying back after about a week after. But it's honestly a crazy experience because we met in 2K20, became best friends, and, you know, we turned into real life friends off of 2K. So honestly,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. With Coach Dan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Here are the five for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Brown out there with Dick. And it's Walter in at the three, the small forward. And for Memphis, Santi Aldama is out there with Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's John Morant. And it's Jackson in at the 5 spot. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip. To the middle. Here's Walter. Williams with the block. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. And how about a look at the most recent power rankings? Very telling, even though, guys, we're just still in December. You take a look at the Hawks. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, for the Raptors, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinion. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
Kennard on the wing. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Kennard's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Grizzlies. Barnes passes to Burton. Back to Barnes. Brown outside. Sinks the three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here is Williams. After Toronto got the three-pointer, passes it to Aldama. 6 to shoot. That one rolling around and rims out. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Barnes. The layup off target.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
He was making sure of that one. Jackson with the strong finish.
It's good.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Brown against Morant. Here's Aldama. Barnes grabs the miss.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
Barnes passes to Dick. Here's Walter. The 3 from Barnes. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Morant. A second chance effort. No good at the rim. Toronto, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Brown dishes to Barnes, and there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Morant passes to Jackson. Plenty of space. And yes, it's good.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's Barnes. Last game he had 34 points.
This is something Barnes needs to keep working on. When he's hitting from three, this guy is almost unguardable.
Morant with a wide open look. Morant with another miss. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break.
I see him.
Dick with it. He's against Williams. From the line. Excellent D there from Williams. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by one. Williams gets the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's Walter. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Yep, that one goes. Walter's got his second basket of the night.
And so many different ways Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
And Barnes sends it back. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. And the Grizzlies with possession here. Morant outside. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up to the stripe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not. Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Dick in the corner. It's up a 3. And it's rebounded by Morant.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
On the wing, Jackson. Shoots over Dick. Jackson misses. Raptors with the lead. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David. And Pirtles sends it back.
Well, they desperately need him to get going offensively. He's got to refocus and just start taking better shots.
You know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And in their 2 matchups last season, they came up empty both times. Not really too shocking when you see how they fared overall.
And a chance here to check out the league scoring leaders. 4th, Scotty Barnes.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Here's Morant. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's Morant. Following the basket by Scotty Barnes. Kennard against Pirtle. And Pirtle sends it back. Brown with the bounce pass. Pass to Pirtle. Toronto working the ball around now. Barnes can't get it to go. The Grizzlies trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Barnes has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
Now the pass to Williams. Feeds to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's ability to both dive to the rim as well as pop out for a jump shot makes him an excellent partner in the pick and roll.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And last season, with all the injuries for the Memphis Grizzlies, Stan, Jaren Jackson had to play a bigger role and was effective.
Yeah, Kevin, I think we were all a little surprised at his offensive game. You know, he got more opportunity and we saw him doing more things. He also played more at the center spot, you know, so he's become a great two-way player. We knew he was always an elite defender.
Absolutely. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Toronto.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Clark. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Mitchell looking it over. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Pippen with it. He has yet to score. Here's Williams, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And both free throws good for Williams. Here's Mitchell. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. Poeltl kicks to Mitchell. For 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Mitchell's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Williams. Williams double team. Pippen with the wide open look. Hits it from 3-point range.
And great vision there to punish the double team. That was well executed.
Inside. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Takes a 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Olynyk the pass to Poeltl. Here's Shed for the 3. And it's Laravia with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 7. He's checked in for Williams.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Now into the lineup for your Grizzlies, Edey.
Raptors on defense. It's Pippen on the wing. He averages about 5 points a game. Rebound by Mitchell. Raptors leading by 7. Pass to Olynyk. Mitchell outside. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still mattered. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Shed. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. For Memphis, they have been perfect with the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Here's Edey. Olynyk is covering. Outside Pippen. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Mitchell with it. Guarded now by Clark. He gets that one. Mitchell's got 10.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Here's Edey. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
In the corner, it's Boucher. Here's Shed, defended by Pippen. Good work there as it goes. And the Raptors lead by 8.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Here's Edey. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Mitchell outside. Pass to Shed. Smart with the steal. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Rebound by Mitchell. Raptors leading by 8. Passes it to Boucher. He feeds it to Mitchell. Back to Boucher. They get it back. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. To the inside, Clark. And it's Toronto with the rebound. To the wing on the left. Here's Shed.
Nails the buzzer beater. And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And so it's Toronto with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break, and their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll return shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
You've got Morant, Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, with the Grizzlies' injuries last season, there was a lot put on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s plate. Coach Taylor Jenkins says he loves the challenge and the growth opportunity. Jackson said, always work on everything. Work on your game because you love it, and if you get a chance to use it, great. Kevin, back to you.
And he's always working on his game. All right, David, we thank you for that report. Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Clock at 4. And it's LaRavia missing.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Dick passes to Fernando. Here's Brown. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Brown's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Here's Aldama. He had 10 points in the win against the Clippers.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Walter can't get it to go. The Grizzlies have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And then Morant slams it in.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you say? You give Morant about an 11 there?
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Pass to Dick. Three-pointer. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Dick's got 9 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, so tough to knock Morant off balance, and he's so talented at keeping his focus on the basket.
Brown finds Boucher, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3-ball here in the second quarter.
Morant backs for 2. Morant with another miss.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Now here's Barnes. He has 7 and another basket for Toronto.
And ideally, Barnes would like to be a little closer, but he makes the best of that mid-range on that one.
Brown against Morant. Takes the 13-footer. Toronto grabs the miss. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Fernando. And the pass to Dick. The shot's good. Dick's got 11 points.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Brown against Morant. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
And you look at Morant. He's received the 4th most votes in the West. If the All-Star game were today, he'd be starting.
And that's the way it should be. As dynamic as he's been this season, it wouldn't be right if he wasn't a part of that starting lineup.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Looking to get back on track here. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Fernando, the pass to Barnes. Here's Dick. Kennard covering. Shot from 12. Dick can't get it to go. The Grizzlies have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown.
14 foul.
That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, Toronto. The 3 from Morant. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Toronto shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. 19-point game. Kennard on the wing. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 4 assists now tonight.
Right in Kennard's wheelhouse. They set him up perfectly, and he delivers.
Barnes can't get it to go. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. You can see, and Coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
It's Morant with the drive. That one goes in. Morant's got 6 in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Toronto calls timeout. Clark is checked in for Memphis. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Toronto.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Olynyk. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 6 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Well, it's because he's someone that understands his role. He plays with confidence and helps provide stability when he's on the floor.
Toronto leading by 14. Dick finds Brown. Back to Dick. Takes the 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
3.
Brown's got 5 assists in the game.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Pass to Walter. Shot, high post. Kennard with the rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have...
Out of the Raptors, he punched it in!
Are you kidding me? Best dunking point guard in the game, Ja Morant.
Now here's Barnes. 11 points in the game. Brown the pass to Barnes. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
First personal foul.
There you see the strength of Barnes. He's really hit the weight room, improving that upper body strength.
Edey's checked in for Memphis. Smart comes in for Williams. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Now here's Morant. 29 points for him last game against the Clippers.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances. Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And a guy who has quickly adapted to playing NBA offense. Barnes, he can be a producer.
Pass to Edey. Going, wow, what a quick move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now here's Morant for 3.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Walter. 7 points in the game. And his offensive struggles continue.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Smart, wide open, he fires. Offline with the baseline jumper. Raptors leading by 16. Stolen. Here's Kennard. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Walter. And the 3 ball is good. Walter's got 6 here in this quarter.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Elbow shot. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes has got 6 rebounds in the game. Toronto calls timeout. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Some changes for Memphis. Laravia's checked in, and Pippen subbed in for John Morant. A new group in now for the Raptors. Raptors leading by 19 points. Here's Roden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Brandon Clark.
Clearly a foul.
The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. Passes to Pippen. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Pippen's got 7.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
To the right side. Here's Roden. Sinks the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Pippen against Pirtle. Pippen feeling it out a bit. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
First personal foul.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. The Raptors third.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Now here's Olynyk. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, just such a big guy. Olynyk able to convert inside.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Looking ahead to their next and playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. And the Raptors with the ball after Memphis gets the 3. Kicks to Pirtle. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Roden. And it's Laravia with the rebound. Laravia's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The open shot by Smart. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Smart's got his first points in this one. Raptors leading by 19. Pass to Abaji. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
That one falls. Pippen's got 12 points in the game.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets. Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Clark, and it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Olynyk can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Takes it inside.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
From downtown, and the Raptors hit again from deep. Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Happy to see that one go in for a second make and 5 attempts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The pass to Temple. 3 seconds left. Count that bucket. Temple's got 4 points now in the quarter. And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for Toronto. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
A
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20. Kenny, give us your take.
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the confidence of the shooters, now that's outstanding.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Shooting percentage they allow was through the roof. The coach should absolutely be gripping into the defensive area. He can take some pride on the other end. Just lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Scotty Barnes.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. Walter out there with Barnes. Then there's Bruce Brown. Then it's Grady Dick. And it's Roden in at the 5 down low. Toronto with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Dick. From past the arc. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
And finished off by Morant.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Al play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Now here's Morant, following the miss by Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Here's Jackson, following the basket by Scotty Barnes. And the foul on Jacoby Walter. That's his first foul. The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in.
For the Raptors, Chris Boucher.
Fires a 3 off the inbound. Aldama can't hit. Raptors leading by 21. And stolen by Williams. And another miss by Memphis. For Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Jackson passes to Aldama. Off target with his 3. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Now here's Barnes. He's got 22. And the shot goes in. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
Outside Williams. And it's blocked. Here's Walter. Kennard covering. Walter, good. Walter's got 12.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here's Williams after the Raptors pick up 2. Aldama can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Dick. Kept alive. Boucher kicks to Barnes. There's the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Barnes has got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just
frustrating as heck.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Raptors?
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Now here's Morant. He's got 14. And there's the drive.
Morant just doing a nice job absorbing the hit there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last out.
That's good from Morant. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Fernando. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Fernando's got his second basket of the night. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Got a hand on it. They get it back. Toronto, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Passes it to Dick. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Kennard with the rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
Fernando. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Williams looking around. And the layup falls. Williams has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, he had him spinning. It looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Fernando, the pass to Dick. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Mitchell outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Off target from three-point range. Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. And the dunk by Jackson.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Shots good by Boucher.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high-percentage buckets.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Patello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and though the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying in the international game.
Pass to LaRavia. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Memphis, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. First one falls for
LaRavia. 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. Raptors leading by 23. Tries it from 9. It's deflected. Oh, and here comes Pippen all alone. Comes up empty down low. Toronto's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the Boston Celtics.
And looking at that Nets matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Davion Mitchell gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
4th team foul.
Smart kicks to Clark. Rejection. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Shot clock at 6. The 3.
Impressing a bit here. Down in the game, trying to use the three-point shot to get back into it, and instead it's led to a lot of empty possessions this half.
Here's Abaji. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 21. Pippen for 3. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pippen with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. Here's Clark. Another shot. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Raptors to the left wing. Smart with the steal. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Williams with a clean look. Nails the corner 3. Williams has got 11 points.
Well, this is part of why guys love playing with Smart. He will reward you for getting open if you can.
And the dunk by Boucher.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Smart kicks to Clark. Tipped away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greggy lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Toronto calls timeout.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here. And not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups. Sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
And the Raptors making a change here. Pippen against Mitchell. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Shoots from 12. Smart misses. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. There's the pass to Pirtle. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Pirtle's got his first points of the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Down low. Here's LaRavia. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 12. Shoots over Pippen, and Pippen pulls it down. Memphis has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. That one goes. Count it. Smart's got 6.
Well, you can see how comfortable Smart is inside. He doesn't fear anybody.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now here's Williams. 13 points in the game. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. And the dunk by Brown.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. Williams finds Clark. Can't hit from in close. Raptors leading by 22. Pass to Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Big slam by the big man, Olynyk. You know his teammates have to be loving that.
The Grizzlies shooting 42% from the field here in the third. Here's Pippen. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And it's the Raptors ball. Here's Abaji. And that one is stuffed right through.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
Here's Clark after the Raptors pick up 2.
And guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Abaji. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Williams for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for Toronto. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Edie out there with Wells. Then it's John Conjal. Then it's Pippen. And it's Spencer in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Grizzlies shooting here about 46% for the game. Basket good.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And here are the Raptors now, following the score by Memphis. Boucher. And the shot's good from Boucher.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now Pippen. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
Shoots it, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Got a piece of it. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Roden, the Grizzlies pull it in. Edey's got 6 rebounds here tonight. There's the drive. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here's Temple, and he makes that one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Well, that's taking full advantage of the opening. The defense probably willing to give him that one, but I like that he's capitalizing on it.
For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Here's Roden. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night, but despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Pippen, the pass to Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Pass to Roden. Got a piece of it. Conjar with it. A nice shot by Spencer.
John Contar with the assist.
Raptors leading by 22. Here's Shed. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Ja Morant, he's checked in for Pippen on the court. And the Raptors with the ball. Here's Brown. Banked in off the glass.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
How about the handles from the young fellow? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Here's Dick. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possessions, and defensively, they need stops.
Walter can't get it to go. And here are the Grizzlies with it. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Conchar can't get it to go.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
And again, Toronto no up. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Here's Wells. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The free throw drops for Wells. Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. And Toronto also making a switch. Pirtle, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. And he can't hit the second. Brown outside. Hits the three-point bomb. That gives him a double-double in this one. 12 points and 10 assists. Morant against Brown. And Barnes sends it back.
Oh, tremendous defense there from Barnes. That 7'2" wingspan coming in handy.
And that's going to be too many steps. It's the whistle on the travel.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Edey. And it's Kennard in for Wells.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Here's Barnes. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Dick. Here's Walter. Ja Morant with the rebound.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Raptors leading by 19 points. Here's Walter. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Memphis has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The pass to Concha. And a few years back, the NBA coach decided to change how they do take fouls. It appears it's had the impact they wanted, don't you think?
I certainly do, Kevin. I thought it was a great rule change. There's almost nothing more exciting in NBA basketball than the fast break. And take fouls were limiting that. Now that we've gotten rid of those, we're really getting to see the athleticism of NBA players.
Because we want to see the finish, don't we? You want to see what happens when they do get off on that kind of break.
That's where the excitement happens.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Scotty Barnes.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Passes it to Morant. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Dick. Dick's got 4 rebounds in this game. Walter, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
First team foul. Shooting for Toronto.
And the first one drops.
Walter at the line for 2.
So he gets them both. And here's Morant. Outside Williams. Dishes to Jackson. Missed it. He's now made 6 of 10 from the field.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result. He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Morant passes to Williams. Memphis moving it around. Clock at 6. Pass to LaRavia. Knocked away. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Fernando. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Nice instincts there defensively. Great to see Barnes getting after it like this.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. An easy 2 points on the layup. Morant's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
The three from Barnes. Good on the triple.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Morant looking around. Williams passes to Aldama. Here's Edey. 6 to shoot. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And finished off by Morant.
He is such a blur in transition. Morant goes from 0 to 60 faster than a sports car.
Barnes, and it goes down 2 points. Barnes has got 32 points in the game.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And it's LaRavia missing. It's been all Raptors. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Shed. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul.
That one's on Morant. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing, appreciating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
And the shot goes in. Williams has got 9 points here in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Barnes.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
Aldama can't hit. It's been all Raptors. To the middle. Here's Abaji. Again, Toronto.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Now here's Pippen. Pass to LaRavia. Second chance shot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Abaji. Off the mark. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.